Yes.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, sir.
I see that you're a law student now, or are you practicing?
Ma'am, actually, I'm a final year law student at Campus Law Center, University of Delhi.
Okay. So once you read the book, was there any contradiction with the principles that you follow in your profession?
Ma'am, I would like to say that there was both harmony as well as contradictions with the profession. First,
Okay.
I would like to say the harmony which the Vedantic Siddhantas had with the legal profession. The first being the the Siddhant of oneness, which can be very well seen in the constitutional morality when it says that everyone is equal, and we can find it in Article 14 to 18, where it condemns discrimination and equality before law, which endorses a feeling of oneness. And the second siddhant or the second principle, which is in harmony with the law, can be the the dignity of life, the dignity of self-realization, which can be very well found in the Article 21, which is the right to life and personal liberty, which was upheld by Supreme Court in KS Puttaswamy case also. Then again, the principle of judicial activism in law, where the law tries to reach the ideal from the actual condition. The fourth
Hmm.
being the principle of restorative justice in the place of punitive justice, wherein
Okay.
Vedanta.
Can you share a few contradictions as well, like where
Yes,
it,
yes,
yeah,
yes, ma'am.
deviations?
Yes, deviations can be mentioned as when the Vedant Siddhant says that nobody is a sinner, and the errors it considers that everyone has similar soul, which is we all are divine and we differ only in the degrees and not in kind. But the law
So how do
does.
you absorb it, Richa? We'll stick to this one. How do you
Okay,
absorb it? Like, because the book says that, but you study something else. How do you absorb it? How do you proceed? Will it
ma'am,
be a helpful thing or will it conflict you further?
ma'am, ma'am, I would like to differ a bit on this, on what you just mentioned, that how can we practice law when the philosophies are very different. Ma'am, actually, the philosophies are very in correlation to each other. The law sees man as fallible beings. Law protects each all the individuals if the person does anything wrong to that individual. So law also tries to take the life of the actual person to the ideal. Law also tries to uplift the society. And the Vedanta principles, and also I would like to mention, ma'am, that Vedanta teaches self realization and the concept of Tattvamasi, that thou art that. When a person is self realized, the person does not need the outward restrictions and the foundations of law. The person will not commit murder. A self realized person will not even think of committing murder, just because it is being it is a penal, it has got a penal punishment in the IPC 302. But the mere understanding of the person that committing murder against the save jivatma is a wrong thing to do. So it is, for me, it is in correlation to each other, and you cannot leave one principle to follow the other.
That's a good answer. Very good answer. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Richa,
Yes, sir.
what do you think about this idea of judicial activism in religious spheres? What is your take on that?
Religious?
Judicial activism
Yes, sir.
in religious matters. There are
Okay.
multiple cases that have been happening in the past few years, right?
Yes, yes,
So,
sir.
what is your take on that?
Sir, I would say that in judiciary and the constitution, the spirit of secularism has been upheld. The universal humanity and universal brotherhood is the concept upheld by the Vedantic Siddhantas. When we talk about judicial activism, just as in the case of Young Lawyers Association and the Sabrimala case, in that
Yes.
case, the women, the court upheld that everybody should be treated equally, and women alone should not be left out from
Hmm.
preaching any religion. And also in Article 28, which talks about the religious freedom of individual, that also gives the right to everyone to preach according to their needs. And the Vedanta on one hand also says the same thing. When we consider each person as same as our own self, our own atma, then there will not be any discrimination. And judicial activism is in very much sync with the philosophies and the siddhantas of Vedanta and and what Swamiji has said is what I believe.
No, but how is it working in this case? As in, the freedom of people who wanted to get into the temple was disturbing the freedom of the people who have been practicing certain things for generations together. When two freedoms are in conflict, who takes the decision? How do you decide on that?
Sir, I would like to say that freedom is everybody's birthright, as Swamiji also said, and as it has been enshrined in the fundamental duties as well, that freedom is for everyone. And nobody, and truth, especially truth, the reality that each soul and each individual is equal, is the property of none. It is the property of everybody. And so in this case, when the court upheld that the women should also be allowed, it's not about harming the freedom of others. It is about the positive side of freedom. How we make a society which is discrimination free and which is equal for everybody.
Okay, just one question. This equality that people are trying to bring in through different revolutions and all that, freedom between genders, freedom between different castes, creed, and everything, is that equality and the Vedantic oneness the same?
So in this question, I would like to say that it is how we see. We, each and everybody has a point of view, and as we see, like in the Vedantic principles, when they say about equality, that is far more beyond the natural and the legal equality, the legal rights. It is far beyond legal rights. When Vedantic principles talks about equality, it is the equality of the soul, the self realization, the Atman, the Brahman. When I would also like to quote one thing from the from Nirvan Shatakam, when it says about the soul, it says that aham nirvikalpo nirakar rupo. I am non-dual. I am devoid of duality and I'm formless. And I am omnipresent. When it says that vibhut vacham and sarvatra sarvindriyanam, means I am pervading in all the senses, in all the perceptions. I am free of fear. I am free of attachment. I am free of everything. And lastly, it says Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Chidananda is basically the consciousness. I am bliss and consciousness. And I am that Shiv, that which is not, that which is present also, and that which is not present also. So it is basically about the self realization on the soul level.
No, just one last question. If there is no sin, why do we need law?
So I would like to say that the Vedantic principles don't consider anybody as a sinner. There
Yes.
are errors. And
Yes.
if there are errors, then there is a restorative justice in law. Just like in juvenile system, there is a restorative rather than punitive. There is a scope of improvement in every person, is what the law also believes and the Vedantic principles also believe. Our main goal, our main aim, as Swamiji said, that arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. The goal is not about success. The goal is about the self-realization. How a person from the actual life can implement the practical and can reach to the ideal level, which can be done through Shravan, Manan, and Nididhyasan.
Thank you so much, Richa. It was wonderful talking to you. I love your articulation. God bless you and hope you do wonderful things for our country. Just one last thing before you go. The book also talks about passion, and considering how passionate you are, I love it. But what do you think is the takeaway from the book with respect to passion? What does Swamiji mention about it?
Okay, ma'am, I would like to mention the Bhagavad Gita. When the Bhagavad Gita says that there has to be a continuous and dedicated work without the feeling of attachment to it. Mere passion is not action. The book says that mere
Yeah.
passion is not action. The action comes when you have realized yourself and you are calm internally and externally you work. The internal
Excellent.
calmness
Okay.
is held. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Thank you.
Just one point. Just one point. I just want you to think on this. It's not a question. In the Shabarimala case, there was one judge who did not agree with the rest of the panel.
Yes.
Alva?
I think it was Indu Malhotra. I don't clearly
Indu Malhotra, yes. Yes,
I
that was
think
it.
she was the one.
Try to think on the statement that she made in her judgment.
Yes, sir. I have read the statements. I have read all the judge's statement and what she said. I was first when I read the statements, I was very well in consonance with what she said, and I really thought that she was telling right. But then when I further made my own contemplation about
it's okay. It's okay. You have your opinion. I understand that. I'm just saying that when you weigh the Vedantic ideas with her statement, there will be something profound that you will get. I just want you to take some time on that. That's all. It was great talking to you.
Thank you so much, Richa. Please continue making our country stronger and more lawful. Okay. Good work.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you,
You can drop out. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Quick intro on your family background.
Yeah.
She's a previous participant, right?
Yes.
Go on.
Go on. What is new this time?
At least I don't know anything. So
That's why he's asking introduction. I said, no, I know her. Tell me about Vedanta.
for my sake.
Yeah, for her, he want to know who you are.
Bolo.
Who you are.
Okay.
You're Atman, Brahman, what?
I'll come to that question also in some time.
Good. Now,
So
you introduce.
I'm Maitri. I was born in India. I studied till grade 12 in Pune. And then I moved to Toronto for my undergraduate degree. Now I'm working as a data scientist in a hospital, mainly working on predictive models. So we try to predict, like, if a patient comes into the hospital, how many resources to allocate to them, will they need the ICU, and such things, essentially to reduce mortality, try our best at it. And in my spare time, I'm associated with the Vedanta Society of Toronto. So that's where I am right now, hence all the photos. And I was initiated in 2019 by revered Swami Kripamanandaji Maharaj, who is the head of the Vedanta Society here. And I started my association with Sri Ramakrishna Holy Mother Swami Vivekananda in grade 11 when I was volunteering in Sharda Math, Pune. The reason I really like these contests is usually I tend more towards reading like the Gospel or Holy Mother, but because of these contests, I've really studied more about Swami Vivekananda and learned to appreciate his teachings or his message, which being in English is more beneficial than like the other languages.
Wonderful. That's her introduction. You proceed now.
So you want me to go with the questions? Okay.
Yeah.
So Maitri, Swamiji talks about how can you see evil until there is evil in you? What is he really trying to come at a point? What do you think he was trying to say?
So I think the best, I'm going to go to Holy Mother because I think her last message, which was, if you want peace of mind, my child, do not find faults with others, is exactly where she was getting at, which is what is within you is what is reflected outside. So essentially, the world is a projection of your own mind. So when Swamiji says that there must be evil within you right now if you can perceive it outside. And hence he later goes on to say that those that are pure, there's no evil for them, and they are the only ones fit to really live in this world because they've transformed their own, like they have realized the truth and their mind is transformed so that they see no evil. And evil is essentially anything that's multiplicity or manifold. And when you realize the oneness, there's no evil outside because there's no evil inside. Everything is just one with you.
So, I mean, of course, even Swamiji talks about practical Vedanta and even Jnana Yoga lectures in length. But with this limited faculties that we have, like our senses and our body, the mind and the intellect, but do you think it's really practical enough for us to comprehend or even realize, as a matter of fact, what Advaita is really trying to talk about? Because I was also talking to another Maharaj here about, let's take Sri Ramakrishna's Guru Maharaj's statement on. Sri Ramakrishna says, the one who has come as Rama, the one who has come as Krishna has now come as Ramakrishna, but not in your Vedantic sense, he says. What was Sri Ramakrishna trying to do? Was he trying to flatten Narendranath's impersonal metaphysics, or what was he trying to do?
Okay, so the way I've been trying to understand it as, from the sense of the Atman, there's no difference between any person whatsoever. So it's like I'm the same Atman, Sri Ramakrishna is the same Atman, Narendra is the same Atman. But now when we come down to the body mind plane, what sets apart, let's say, the Avatara or the Ishwar Kotis, the Nitya Siddhas from us is they are not bound by their actions. We are bound by their actions, by our actions and their ability to transform. Like when Swami Vivekananda says about Sri Ramakrishna that spirituality can be communicated by a touch, a glance, a sight, a wave. That is what Sri Ramakrishna was trying to tell Narendranath, who still had a doubt at that point whether he was really God, whether something as infinite can really take a finite human form. So when Ramakrishna says, who is Rama, who is Krishna, is now Ramakrishna, I think that's what he was trying to tell, that don't try to limit the infinite. Whatever is the infinite is the finite, and also everything beyond it.
So I'm being purposefully on critical here. So do you think then Avataravada or the avatars have a different sense of Advaita, then we have different rules of Advaita? So do you think different rules of Advaita apply on different beings?
No, not at all. The rules all take place when we come to the level of Dvaita. There's nothing separate in Advaita. Everything's the same.
So according to Advaita, Swami also talks about that it is all permanent, that it's all comes from that one non-dual reality. Then Avataravada on the other side is talking about Avatara, the Ishvara or the God, comes down to take different forms. So where is this all play even working on? So is the Avataravada countering Advaita in a certain way, or like what's happening in that?
I don't think it is, because that's when he introduces the time-space causation, like Maya. I think Avatarvada also happens in Maya because one very specific statement of Holy Mother says it. Like she says, when you realize, when you have Advaitic knowledge, even your Thakur will fly away. She says it to her own disciple. So, which is saying that, like, Advait, and she calls Thakur as Advaita, and you're all Advaitins because you're his followers. So, I think Advaita's untouched, whatever, what they say, it cannot be touched by the tongue, nothing, no sense, nothing can reach it. But then when you come to the domain of Maya is when the differences take place. And those Swamiji might be referring to as like difference, not in kind, but in degree. So the avatar is the highest degree of perfection.
So what does Swamiji talk about? Let's talk about this particular book then. It really connects with the context also. So according to this book, how does Swamiji give us a hint on how can we take the superimposition away? For instance, when the changeless form has been superimposed by the changeful entities, what Swamiji is hinting at in a very practical way, what do you think he's talking about?
I think the one main, so right now, coming back to this, our day to day life, the one limitation we have is where he keeps on saying that we have hypnotized ourselves into thinking we're weak. We keep telling ourselves that I'm this limited, powerless human, I'm a sinner, I'm this, I'm that. So one point he clearly says our first duty is to keep hearing about the Atma until it penetrates into our every vein, till our blood tingles with it. So then it follows that Shravanam, listen, keep hearing about the Atman, reading about the Atman, Nididhyasanam, keep thinking about it, keep meditating on it. So I think that's one way we can truly cut it, which is realizing it for ourselves by spending a lot of time thinking on it. Of course, the doubt will still exist, and I think which is why we need people like Sri Ramakrishna, Swami Vivekananda, who tell us that, yes, I have done it and you can do it too, which is keep following this process of the ancient rishis and it will be entirely possible for you.
Just one question, Amma.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's go to that Mahavakya which he talks about Tattvamasi. Now,
Mhm.
are you aware of the other Mahavakyas? So I'm just wanted to like a bit.
Not 100%, but yes, like Tattvamasi, Yaham Brahmasmi, Pragyanam Brahma, and I don't recall.
Yeah, the I am Atma Brahma. So I am the
Okay.
Atman, which is the Brahman, the Pragnanam Brahma, Tattvamasi, and Aham Brahmasmi. Now let's go with the content only, which is the Tattvamasi. Now, why do you think the Vedam or the Upanishads has been particularly saying that, and they didn't take the name of a Brahman or the Atman? Why that? What was the very purpose of calling it that?
I think it's because, as we say, name and form is limitation, which Swamiji says even in the Practical Vedanta book. And even Sri Ramakrishna said, what is Brahman cannot be said off by the mouth. So essentially, we can only say what it is not. So after the whole process of it's not this, it's not this, it's not this, whatever remains would be that. So you cannot really generalize it. Any attempt at describing it is limiting it.
Thanks. Thank you.
Maitri, when you keep on saying that I am that, or you keep on practicing this and then you will attain, is there any disadvantage in Advaita philosophy? Can you see any disadvantage by doing this repeatedly?
One disadvantage would be, which Sri Ramakrishna makes fun of, that Krishna Kishore in the gospel, which is he keeps saying, I'm ether, but when the tax collectors come, he's suddenly scared about losing his taxes and his utensils. So as a whole, if we do it with understanding, there's no disadvantage as such, but that's when the whole concept of the harmony of four yogas comes in, which is you don't want to keep saying it and not applying it in your daily life. So you want to make sure that as long as there's no hypocrisy in the heart, there's no disadvantage. If we keep saying I am that, but then keep succumbing to our human limitations, I'm enjoying rasagulla and saying, oh, I'm that, what does it matter, rasagulla is also that, then that's where sort of it's all within how honest we are with our minds that the disadvantage is, otherwise there's none.
According to Swamiji, you gave the example
According to
of
Swamiji,
Thakur.
there's none, because he says that even with people having like a hatred or like a fearful God, there's still been evil in the world. So why not get rid of the concept of fear?
Okay, who are the greatest workers? According to
Who's
Swamiji,
the
greatest
most calm
workers,
worker?
those who concentrate on individuals or give up the individuality.
Give up individuality.
Is it really practically possible to apply Advaita Vedanta today in this turbulent, especially among youth?
I think so, because it's one of the couple of youth problems. Are one is the lack of confidence is really high, like with the high suicide rates, high depression rates, especially after COVID. The only articles I'm seeing online are depression, and depression stems from a lack of self-awareness and self-confidence. So I feel like the more and more youth can learn about Advaita, know that everything they're searching for is within themselves, it's definitely very practical and helpful for the youth, for anybody in general. Even the website or somewhere, I think the last contest had the story about the mother who raised four of her princes, saying like uttering the Mahavakyas, and then
Madal.
three of them became sages, and then the fourth she had to like make sure he became a king just to follow his duties. So it's like there's also
Madalasas.
Madal.
yes, sorry, yes, Madhanas.
Madal.
So there's proof that
Can
it's
we
practical.
can we assess ourselves in terms of degrees where we stand?
I think we can, and the easiest way to see is how peaceful am I at the end of the day, how much I find fault with others, what Sir was saying at the beginning, which is how much evil I've seen in others, how many faults I've found with others. Can I have a peaceful night's sleep? Am I happy day to day? Because Swamiji also said that, like, sad faces don't make religion. So I think, yes, there's very easy ways to assess ourselves based on just our peace of mind daily.
Thank you, Maitri.
Have
It
you,
was
have you studied, have you ever come across Immanuel Kant? Now, Kant makes, it's a Western philosopher. Kant makes a very, very, very interesting statement. Let's try to counter Kant here. Now, Kant says every human has some radical evil in them. How can we counter Kant with practical Vedanta?
So the radical evil, I would say, is the ignorance within us, where Swamiji says, should we focus on the strength or the weakness? Like, as long as I feel that I'm a limited human, that is my biggest evil, because then I will act in limited ways.
No,
Whereas,
do you agree? Do you agree with Kant that there is evil in us?
no, the evil is superimposed on us, because by nature we are all pure, all good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Maitri. It was very good talking to you, and hope
Thank
you also enjoyed.
Yes, it
It's
was
early in
good.
the morning, 7:50 in the morning for you. Yeah.
Oh, is this the center?
Yeah, this is the
Where
ashram.
you-
Yeah.
Yeah, VST. Yeah.
Nice.
Great
Thank you.
talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
How are you?
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Oh, we can't. Yeah. Okay.
I'm good.
So, can you please tell a little bit about yourself? What do you do?
Yeah, my full name is Racha Pavan Kumar. I've completed my graduation in Computer Science and Engineering from VNR VJIT, Hyderabad. Currently, I'm preparing for Civil Services examination conducted by UPSC. And I like playing cricket, watching movies.
Oh, that's a good description. And by the way, how many sisters do you have?
Four, ma'am.
Oh, I can see them. So happy Raksha Bandhan belated.
Thank
So,
you, ma'am.
how was your experience with? I know civil services, you must be very busy. So, how did you manage reading this book that kind of requires a little longer, even though the pages are limited? It probably takes longer to process the information, right? So, how was your experience going through it?
Yeah, currently I'm undergoing medical treatment, so I could make some time to read the book. So initially it was a bit tough to understand the concept because these are not the concepts that we read daily. So after reading it for once, I find it easy and interesting and try to practice them as well.
If you don't mind me asking what happened, are you okay, like medically?
Yes, ma'am. I underwent a surgery and I'm undergoing treatment right now as well, but I'm okay now.
Okay. Yeah, sorry to hear that, but our wishes and prayers with you, okay?
Thank
So
you.
you did well in the quiz as well. So was that a nice distraction, reading this and then, understanding the concepts of Vedanta and Swamiji's teachings while you're medically, going through something?
Yes, ma'am. It really helped me a lot. So I was feeling a bit low. And the central theme of Vedanta is to have faith in ourselves and believe our strength. So it boosted my morale and I've got a lot of confidence to face the toughest challenges in my life further as well.
Okay. 1 second, can you please pause the timer? Alok, yeah. Do you want a minute, Pavan? Are you okay? Can you continue, or do you want a minute? Like, do you want to have some water and come back, or you're okay with continuing?
I'm okay with continuing, ma'am.
You're okay with continuing? Okay, that's good. Interesting. Okay, so can you please tell us your take on personal and impersonal God? Do you think impersonal God is destructive by nature as an ideology?
No, ma'am. I don't think impersonal God is destructive. It embraces everything. And personal God is just an embodied man, but impersonal God includes everything. So it is personal as well. It includes everything. So it is not destructive.
Okay. So there are two classifications that Swamiji makes for Vedas. Do you remember reading that?
Yes, ma'am. One is knowledge portion and the other is ceremonies. With time, ceremonies have multiplied and has become very tough to disentangle from our life.
So there is this one line that is very interesting. He says, "We are all getting frozen from feet upwards and yet wanting to sleep." So do you relate that to your current state? And did that kind of make you think when you read that?
No, ma'am, it actually implies a conservative tendency, but I don't see any conservative tendency in me right now.
Okay, that's a very good answer. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Pavan, Swamiji talks about a real beggar and one person who's playing that part in a drama. So,
Yes.
what is the difference between these two people?
The person who plays the role of beggar, he knows that it is not his reality, but the actual beggar thinks that it is his reality. So one plays the role blissfully and one is very miserable. So same is with our case. When we know our real roles, that our real nature is the ultimate, so we can play our role blissfully and reach that infinite.
Very nice. At one point, Swamiji says, truth is not comfortable until we reach the climax.
Yes.
What do you understand by this? And how do we hold on to it if it is not comfortable till the climax?
Yeah. In some situations, we might feel that truth is uncomfortable. Yeah. Like when someone points at us and show our negative sides, we might feel a little bit discomfort. But after some time, we realize that what they have said is true. Then it makes us feel that truth is initially uncomfortable. But when we reach the climax, we know that it is real.
Okay. So what do you understand from the about the idea of soul according to Buddhism?
According to Buddhism, soul is just a bundle of qualities and it is undergoing changes rapidly. So they say that there is no unity, but the pace with which it is moving fastly is making us think that there is unity. And they gave the example of whirling torch.
Right. One more question. If everything is one, then who is serving whom? I mean, you are preparing for UPSC services, right? So I believe the motive is to serve your nation.
Yes.
So if everything is already one, who is serving whom here?
I didn't get your question, sir.
You will be a civil servant. You will be serving
Yes.
the people.
Yes, sir.
So you are there, and there is somebody who is being served.
Okay,
But
sir.
Vedanta is saying that there is only one. There is no two only.
Yeah.
How do we reconcile these two things?
The Vedanta says that there is oneness. So there is self within us and there is self in the opposite person as well. So the self within us will be serving the self in the opposite person. So in serving them, we are serving ourselves. And in serving them, we are serving the God.
Very nice.
Yeah. You know what? I want to take a minute. Your answers are excellent. The way you have inferred all the teachings is amazing. And when you said, yeah, you're here to serve the nation, the resolve was very, very evident. So thank you so much, Pawan. I think this is a very good conversation that we have. We wish you all the very best and make
Thank
us
you,
proud,
sir.
make our country proud, and all the very, very best to you. Okay?
Have you given your interview? As in, have you are you preparing right now?
No, sir, I'm preparing for it now.
Yeah.
Okay, you have given any attempts before?
Yeah, this year I've given it, but I did not qualify in the exam.
No problem. Stay calm like this. Keep
Yeah.
your resolve strong. Keep reading Swamiji. You will reach where you want to.
Thank
We
you, sir.
need men like you. We need
Thank
men
you,
like
ma'am.
you, more of them. So thank you so much for choosing this route. And yeah, make us all proud, Pawan.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah.
And I must thank you all for giving me this wonderful book. And it motivated a lot when I'm feeling very low in my life. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, sorry to hear that. And yeah, I don't know the details, but we wish you speedy recovery, Pawan. And I hope you feel better soon. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Pawan.
Thank
Thank you.